You're watching TVC News. The Nigerian Army has commended the federal government and DHEO Global Services for significant strides in the ongoing nationwide mass metering initiative across military barracks. Now, this project is aimed at enhancing power supply and optimizing energy consumption management. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede commended the progress of Phase 1, highlighting improved hours of power supply and positive impacts on energy management in beneficiary barracks. Authorities urged the contractor to expedite work on subsequent phases. The DHEO CEO Ashade Olatubosu acknowledged initial financial hurdles. He says considerable momentum with thousands of smart meters now installed to boost transparency, billing accuracy, and energy efficiency. The Chief Executive Officer at DHEO Global Services, Ashade Olatubosu, joins me on the news this hour. Thank you so much for joining me at this time.
Thank you very much.
So we're talking about mass metering, and this is what stakeholders in the energy sector have been advocating over the years, especially in military barracks. Tell us about this phase. Did you face hurdles? What were the initial hiccups that you went through in ensuring this comes to pass?
Okay, thank you very much for having me. The project just covered for the Nigerian Army military barracks. We were ab initio supposed to run on a pilot scheme, just for us to test what the project will look out and the outcome of the installations. So the installation is just about metering. We are also to do network rehabilitation within the barracks. We also did separation of apartments within the barracks. Prior to our coming on board, the barracks were metered by the discos through the DT meter, where they give bulk billing to the military barracks. And the payment of those bills becomes so difficult for the army, because individuals within the barracks don't really live up to expectations. They just consume as they see energy, and that gave rise to the numbers of figures being billed. So our coming on board is just to ensure that we provide solution and make sure that every individual within the barracks are able to account for their energy consumptions, and that will also help the Army authority to be able to apportion a certain numbers of energy to individuals on monthly basis. So yes, do we face any hurdle ab initio at the beginning of the project? Yes, because really getting funds to embark on such project becomes so tedious, and but through the intervention of the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Power, we're able to access a certain amount of money to embark on this pilot scheme, which is now going to get into the second phase of the project that will enable us to spread across the entire Nigerian Army barracks nationwide. Okay,
so is this an attempt to curb estimated billing?
Yes, sure. Well, not necessarily estimated, but there is nothing like estimated billing. People do say estimated billing. I don't think there will be any discos that would just, out of their own volition, be writing bills to give to customers. They always have a metering point, which we call DT meter, that keeps reading of consumption within the barracks. So, and because there is no proper energy management or accountability downstream, so that give, rise to the numbers of amount. But what we have done is just to make sure that individuals are able to account, for the numbers of energy that they use, and this reduced drastically the amount of billings that goes into the barracks, and also increase their power supply. Barracks that we have installed these meters, as we speak to you now, they have uninterrupted power supply, almost 24-hour power supply on daily basis, and that was why we were able to record this much sources that we have recorded.
What about the cost?
Yeah, the cost is there, and it's quite huge. So, and that is why I don't see it as a project that Army authority can embark upon themselves. So they still need the intervention of the federal government to make us, to provide sustainable progress to the second phase or continuity of the project. So it is quite high because the meters were installed are smart meters. Customers don't have access to where the meters are. Whatever they need to do within with the meters is available for them on the mobile phone. They have visibility to see the balance on their meter, the billing system, billing patterns, and consumption ratio on the mobile app. So it's as good as they have the meters with them. So they are not available. They are not close to see the meters where those meters are installed.
So does it also mean that the barracks will be placed on certain bands, maybe band A, band B?
Yes, because of their peculiarity, I don't really subscribe to placing them on bands.
Okay.
So what we are also working on is to ensure most of those barracks we have installed the meters are on band A. They are, like I said earlier, they have, as we speak now, 24 hours uninterrupted power supply. So what we are also working on is to ensure, because federal government has decided to take up payment of their bills.
Okay.
So what we are doing is also to help the federal government reduce the burden of huge billings on them. So what we're going to do is at the shortfall, as we speak now, the officers and soldiers within the barracks are buying energy at band B tariff so that the federal government will cater for the shortfall between band A and the band B tariff. So that is what we are doing presently.
All right. So how is this going to reduce the incessant harassment of electricity workers?
Oh yeah, yes. Well, it's a laudable things, considering what the soldiers or the military officers, what they do for Nigerian citizens. I need you to pay a visit to one of the barracks that we have not metered. You really feel sorry for them, because you will find that the barracks are thrown in perpetual darkness. So, and with the rate of unavailability of supply within the barracks, there is expected that there will be agitation. So on that note, what we are doing has just eradicated some level of agitation within the officers and soldiers. They are happy with what we are doing, and that also brings about cordial relationship between respective discos and the affected barracks that we have metered presently, because they have uninterrupted power supply, and discos also are getting their bill paid as at when due.
How many barracks have you metered so far?
There are quite a number of them. We've done TA Lagbaja cantonment in Lagos, Ikeja. We've done Adekunle, is it Fajiri in Ibadan? We've done Enugu cantonment, Abapa cantonment, and Onitsha cantonment. We've done a series, the stretch of military barracks in Asokoro, Abuja. Okay. Then we are in Ojo cantonment now. That one is ongoing. All right. Maxwell Kobe in Jos, Dalet and Ribadu in Kaduna also, they are ongoing. So, and it is our belief that very soon we will embark on the phase 2 of the project that will spread across other military.
How quick are you going to embark on the phase 2 of the project?
That is dependent on the federal government. Okay. But discussions are ongoing at the moment to see how we can fast track it and make sure that other barracks are also, they also benefit from this project.
Can this also be replicated in federal government institutions?
Well, I think I want to leave that for maybe Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission to take a decision on that, and also Federal Ministry of Power. But our system is so transparent as such that both consumers and the discos can have visibility to monitor what they are doing, even for the regulators, which is NEC. So if they so wish that this type of project should be extended to NDAs, that we are available to do such. But I think it will be a laudable experience for parties, who feels that, okay, this is also needed within their network to, have it installed for them. Okay.
So, in all of this now, why what is the drive for you? Why are you doing this?
Okay, to start with, we look at the power sector as an organization, the Higher Global Services Limited, and we look at what are the challenges we face in power sector. Majorly, people blame discos. I don't have light, it's discos. I cannot pay for meter. I paid for meter, I can't get meter, it's discos. Yeah. Forgetting that everything is deregulated. So basically, as a company, what we did was just to look at the challenges faced by both the customers, the discos, and we come in between to see how we can mitigate the challenges. One of the challenges is that discos will deploy meters in a cluster. Let me give you an instance. Let's say where we are now, prior to individual prepaid meters, a particular disco might be making 100 million. But the moment they deploy prepaid meter, that 100 million will drop drastically to 10 million, 20 million, because series of customers are bypassed.
Managing your power?
Yes, they have bypassed majorly all the meters. Okay. Now, what we do as a company is just to ensure that the meter is not as close proximity to customers, so you don't have visibility, you don't have access to that meter. So we take it out of the reach, and we also have a system whereby we monitor remotely on 24-hour basis to checkmate whatever that is going on within the system. It is a laudable thing for the discos to, you know, really tap into and also use it to improve their commercial activities, so that there can be enough financial activities or services within the sector.
All right, Ashade Olatuboso, thank you so much, Chief Executive Officer of the HAYO Global Services. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.